Then the next day, I got up early, went out into the city, and went adventuring all day long. I was out all day. I went to a modern art museum, which was a first because I've always been like, modern art, ew, it sounds like a piece of metal that's bent like this, or a pencil on a white wall, you know? And I've never really been open to really going to a museum, and I went to one, and it was free, and it was great. It really was. It was probably my favorite museum that I went to. I went to the Museum of Glasgow, which had like some Van Gogh pieces and some Picasso, and my favorite Botticelli. Like, okay, I'm in Italy, and there's plenty of Botticelli pieces here, but I haven't been into a museum with one yet. And when I saw it, I was just like getting chills all over my body because I don't know why. It's just, his art is so beautiful to me. I don't know. Then I had deep fried pizza. I had deep fried pizza. I was recommended it by Miss Melissa. It was great. It was. I'll just leave it there. It was. Oh, I took the subway too. Glasgow Cathedral, which was the most beautiful church. I don't know if it's I think it's the most beautiful church I've ever seen, but I've been saying that about a couple, because it's just the difference in architecture totally stuns you. And this one was so gothic and different from everything that I've seen in Italy and so far. The stained glass windows, I don't know, just like the whole vibe of the place was really holy and beautiful. After that, I went to St. Mungo's Museum of Religion, Art, and Life. As you guys know, I am very interested in people and religion. I really love learning about religion because I think it's the basis of why people, or why they do the things that they do. And most of the time, it's your religious background that gives you morals most of the time, or how you grew up from your parents. So I love it. I think it's really interesting, and it's very mysterious. And so I went to this place, and it wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. I saw a lot of connections between different religions, but and I understand like the whole museum was about like being able to find respect for other people's beliefs and religions and the way they live. And I totally understand that, and I totally respect it, and I think it's great. But it wasn't what I expected, the museum. Anyway, so I went there. It was cool. I learned some stuff. And then I went to this massive graveyard on a hill. It was intense. It was beautiful. It had so much history in there of families that have come and gone, and the architecture, just the gravestones were amazing. They're beautiful, and it's on this huge green hill above the whole city, so you can look out and see the rest of the world. And during fall, I can't even tell you, I mean, it was so beautiful. The leaves all changing colors, and it was great. It was really great. I was there on the 5th of November. Remember the 5th of November, if you've seen V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta actually is based on the history of Scotland. I don't think the man actually blew up Parliament, but I think that's what he was trying to do. So it was cool that the whole town was celebrating this. They had a big fireworks show and a festival, which I missed out on because that night I went to Sigur Rós, which was great. My first concert alone, it was really nice. It was great because I got to focus on the music, and very interesting. The guy in Sigur Rós plays the guitar with a cello bow. Who would have thought? Sometimes it was really ugly and it hurt my ears, but sometimes it was incredibly beautiful and added to the sound. I went by myself, sat on the balcony in the first row, and met some guys. And the guy got to express his friend, so basically it was just me and this guy, Chris. He was really nice. He was from Germany, but he was staying in Scotland, and he was really nice. And we enjoyed each other's company and just talked about life. I met a lot of people, and it was really great. It was really interesting to see all the people traveling alone, and we're fine. It was safe, it was fine, and people always are so timid to do it, and I think it just takes inside of yourself to get rid of all those excuses and do it. Yeah, so I went to see Sigur Rós and I went home. In the morning I got up early again and had my free continental breakfast, which was Rice Krispies and cornflakes. And every day Rice Krispies and cornflakes. And I went to Edinburgh on the bus. That was nice. Edinburgh was beautiful. The first day I got there, I was really, really tired from the day before and being out from the concert and stuff. And I checked into my hotel, put my stuff down, got a little organized, and went out to find something to do that night. My goal of that day wasn't to go see museums and stuff like that. It was to find something to do that night. However, I did go see the castle, which is beautiful. Oh my god. I mean, all these story tales, like, we don't have anything like in America that's what we like learned about when we were babies and kids, about the castle where the princess lives, or the architecture is just not the same in America. We don't have the old mystical feeling. Being there was really great. So I went down a little bit of the Royal Mile, and I was up at the castle, and I looked down and saw these people jumping, and there was music in their kilts just dancing around down below at the college. And I'm like, I have to go there. You know, I'm by myself. I don't need to do the Royal Mile. Like, I want to, but not really. That's like if I don't have anything else to do. So I took a detour. I planned on going to the Elephant House that day, which is where Harry Potter was born. The first book was written. Awesome. And on my detour, I found it. I didn't even look for it. I just came across it. And so I went there, and I had some tea, and I enjoyed the place. It was nice. The tea was good. I had a lot of tea in Scotland because tea's the thing there. And I was looking for the Blind Poet, which was this place that I looked up online that looked like a cool bar. So I was walking down the street and came across the college, but on the way there, I saw this weird place that said music inside and haircuts, and so I looked in and I saw no one around. It was supposed to be a cafe, but there was like no. I was like, is it up the stairs? Because it was basically like a stairway, and then like this door. So I went in and it was so mysterious, and I was just kind of like looking around and like just so curious. For some reason, my heart was so curious about this place, and so I was like, you know, F this, I'm gonna go up the stairs because I can do what I want. I'm by myself. And I'm a foreigner. I can do what I want. So I walked up the stairs and was looking around. No one was around at all. There was like all these flyers on the floor, all this like art paintings on the wall. And so I got some flyers for the music and just... I was really tired, so I was just like looking around and kind of trying to see what it was, but I didn't really know. So I left. I found Hillary's Bazaar, which was next to the Elephant House. It's this crazy place where they have all this lady is a belly dancer, and she teaches belly dancing, and she teaches like crazy instruments that are from the Middle East, and like the lyre, I think, is that old guitar or that old string instrument that used to be played by like angels and stuff like that. They teach that, and they teach like all these crazy instruments. Anyway, so I went there and I talked to this lady, and she drums in the desert. Like, she's taking a trip. She goes every year and she takes some people. She teaches belly dancing lessons, and they have drum circles in the desert. Tight. So tight. I would totally do that if I had money. But they go for like a week, and they just have a community, and they go in the desert, and they dance together, and they play music together, and they get to know the people of the Middle East and do it with them. Yeah. So tight. So like out there, but I kind of like that out there stuff.